In this video, we're going to talk about how to solve actual linear equations. So in the previous video in the playlist, we talked about what linear equations were. Today, we're going to apply those skills. So let's look at a few practice problems just to get a feel for how to solve pretty much any linear equation. So say we have a problem like 5x plus 1 equals 3x plus 7. So what would you do? Well, the key premise of solving any linear equation is that you want to get all of the variables on one side, on a side, and all of the constants on the other side. So these are the key points of any linear equation. So right now we have a variable term here and a constant term here, and then a variable and a constant term here. But we want to get all the variables and all the constants on different sides. So what we need to do is, to get this 3x over here, we want to subtract 3x from both sides. So keep in mind, whatever you do to one side of an equation, you have to do to the other. So we have 3x minus 3x. And so we know that this cancels out because you have 3x and then you have minus 3x. So they sum to 0. Now we have 2x, so we have 2x plus 1 equals 7. Now we want to get this 1 over here, so we need to subtract 1 from both sides. And what this does is, well, you can already guess, but the 1 and the negative 1, they cancel out. So these cancel out. And then what you have left is just 2x, so 2x is what's remaining on this side, equals 7 minus 1. And 7 minus 1 is just equal to 6. So this part is really easy to solve now. So you need to divide both sides by 2. The reason being is because you have 2 divided by 2 here, which cancel out. And you're just left with x. And so this way we can actually solve for x. So x is equal to 6 divided by 2, which is 3. All right, let's look at another. So say we have a problem like this. 4x plus 7 equals 8x plus 3. First things first, we want to get all of the x's on one side. So if we subtract 8x from both sides, what we're doing once again is we're canceling out this 8x here. And we're just shifting this 8x over here because we're subtracting 8x on this side as well as this side, because 8x minus 8x is just 0. So these cancel out. And what you're left with is 4x minus 8x, which is equal to negative 4x plus 7, which equals 3. And now we want to subtract 7 from both sides because 7 minus 7 is 0. So these cancel out. And we're left with negative 4x equals 3 minus 7, which is negative 4. And now, once again, you want to divide both sides by this coefficient, so negative 4, and you're just left with, well, you have negative 4 divided by negative 4, so these cancel out, and you're left with x equals negative 4 divided by negative 4, which is just equal to 1. So this is your solution to number 2, to this problem. So x equals 1, and once again, we got that because we were able to isolate all the variables on one side and all the constants on the other. So let's look at a third. So 2x minus 3 equals 9x plus 7. What you want to do is you want to get all the x's on one side. So if you subtract 9x from both sides, you have a 9x and then you have a negative 9x, so these cancel out. And then on the left side, what you have left is 2x minus 9x, which is negative 7x. And then you have a minus 3 left over. This equals 7. And now you want to get this negative 3 over here, so you can add both sides by 3. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0, so these cancel out. And you're just left with negative 7x equals 7 plus 3. And 7 plus 3 is just equal to 10. So this is just a review of what we did over here. Divide both sides by this coefficient, which is negative 7. And the reason we want to do that is because negative 7 cancels out with negative 7. And so you're left with x equals, you can bring this negative out here, so negative 10 over 7. So this is your solution to this linear equation. Let's try out a final linear equation example problem. So let's say you have a question like 9x plus 7 equals 3x plus 8. Let's again get this 3x over here by subtracting 3x from both sides. And you're just left with, well, 3x and the negative 3x, they cancel out. You're left with 9x minus 3x, which is 6x plus 7 equals 8. Now what you can do, you can subtract 7 from both sides because 7 and negative 7, they cancel out. And you're just left with 6x equals 8 plus negative 7, which is just 8 minus 7, which is 1. And now you can divide both sides by 6 because of the 6 and the 6 here cancel out. And you're left with x equals 1 over 6. So hopefully in this video you learned how to solve pretty much any linear equation. This is about as hard of a linear equation as you might get. Another challenging linear equation, I guess, would just be something where you have fractions and you need to expand everything, but we'll have another video on that coming up. So hopefully this video was helpful. Let me know how it went, and thanks for watching.